Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is guiding leaders through conflict. Think of a recent situation in your professional role where you had a significantly different perspective or decision on a topic compared to your colleagues. And once you realized that your opinions diverged, did you launch head-on into convincing them that your position was the best one? Or maybe you took some time to listen to their point of view. Did you try to collaborate with them on a solution? Or did you just avoid facing the differences and hope the whole issue would go away or subside on its own? Conflicts are a normal occurrence in organizations, and they typically arise when leaders don't address performance deficiencies or damaging behaviors with their team members, when leaders lack self-awareness regarding the impact of their behaviors on colleagues, or when people have different opinions on strategies, plans, directions, and execution. Great leaders can lean into conflict and find collaborative ways to address it. They've learned that respectful discussions from different perspectives can potentially contribute to better solutions and outcomes and be a catalyst for growth and new opportunities. But some differences aren't easy to resolve or address. People dig into their positions, they create tensions that can be destructive and can continue to simmer beneath the surface, sometimes exploding when you least expect it. And most concerning, some leaders avoid discussing the topic of conflict at all costs. The primary reason is that for them, the potential pain of addressing it is greater than the pain of letting the conflict fester. Thus, they do nothing. They believe they can reach their organizational goals despite the conflict. They have prior negative experiences with conflict and may have felt victimized. Sometimes they're simply unsure what to do about it, or they fear offending the other parties, or they really don't believe it's as serious or destructive as it is. Meanwhile, though, colleagues see the conflict. They experience the frustration of misaligned views and harmful behaviors. And often they find themselves either being forced to take sides, ducking to avoid getting caught in the crossfire, or straining to find a tenuous balance between multiple misaligned perspectives. The main objective is to help the leaders recognize that the harm resulting from avoiding conflict is greater than finding a constructive means of addressing it. So how can you help leaders find an authentic way to engage in the stressful topic they've been avoiding? Often, a neutral and trusted third party can help with the following process. First, typically, one party is more conflict avoidant than the other. Try painting a verbal picture with that person of the continued negative impact of the lingering conflict on their leadership, their legacy, and the organization, and find their motivation to want to address it. Second, engage the parties by reviewing the benefits of discussing the conflict topic. Initiate separate conversations if greater resistance is anticipated. Third, provide space for each person to talk about their own perspectives and to listen to the other person's perspective. Validate their concerns. Fourth, encourage curiosity by asking open-ended questions and urge both parties to explore alternative solutions. Ask them to consider each other's perspectives and suggest solutions, but don't reject or evaluate them just yet. Then fifth, ask them to discuss the possibilities of each option in detail before narrowing them down. Now, during this discussion, be aware of their emotions and their unspoken fear of loss, whether it be to their position, to their measure of power, or how their voice is heard. Some leaders will never have aligned perspectives, but encouraging them to interact more frequently and communicate their positions may build a relationship of respectful disagreement. Help them to find common interests in other areas of their work and personal lives. It is possible to like and accept someone even if you disagree with them in certain areas. And ultimately, the goal is to help those avoiding conflict see the greater need that must be addressed. When they realize the positive opportunities and possibilities that can emerge when they dare to lean into rather than avoid conflict, they set up a repeatable cycle of positive returns. So think about how you can model a positive approach to conflict for those in your organization. Thanks for listening.